Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have a 5v5 custom match here on the most amazing Neuroxis map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players. We'll start with Team 1 on the northeastern side, and then we'll end with Team 2 on the southeastern side of the map. Take a look at Team 1's southeastern player, and then kind of going clockwise, we have in Ruby Red, it is Randy Savage. He's playing as a Seraphim for this match as an 1100. To his west, we have in Pac-Man Yellow is Twitchy Muffo playing as UEF. He is a 1600. He is the highest rated player on his team, and he's also tied for the highest rated player overall. To his that's more west by northwest. It is Ruling playing as an Aeon in Imperial Gray as a 1200. In Batman Gray is the Liberator playing as an Aeon as well. He is a 1300. And his northeastern teammate in Emerald Green is Zelda Fanboy playing as a Cybran. He is a 1500. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have one of each of the factions. So one UEF, one Cybran, two Aeon, and then one Seraphim on Team 1. Moving on to Team 2's northwestern player, going clockwise as well. We have in Chevy Crimson, it is Mevin. He is a UEF for this match as an 1100. To his east in Regal Purple, it is Dead Six playing as an Aeon. He is a 1600. He is the highest rated player on his team of Team 2, and he's tied with Twitchy Mofo for the highest rated player in the game. And rounding out the eastern lineup in the Team 2 side of the map, it is Aeonic Bond. I think I said that name correctly. He is a Cybran. He is a 1200. It's supposed to be like Ionic Bond instead of Aeonic Bond, but he's not playing as an Aeon. Is that the joke? I guess. Anyway, into his southwest in Barbie Pink. I always have to zoom out every time, especially with the Seraphim when it comes to the pink colors. It is Dorset. He's playing as a 1200 again, as a Seraphim. And rounding out Team 2, we have in Royal Blue, it is Master of Seasons playing as a Cybran. He is a 1500. So for Team 2 side of the map, they also have one of each of the factions. So one UEF, they have two Cybrans, and then one Aeon, and then one Seraphim. So the difference between Team 2 and Team 1 has two Aeons. Team 2 has two Cybrans. Make that one Cybran because Team 2's player of Aeonic Bond... Hold on, did he lose connection? Let's just offer a draw. Doesn't matter. I'm not doing lobby sim. There's a lot of communication about this. It's FAF. Try recon. You're here but behind. So there's a lot of communications. But anyway, it looks like Team 2 has lost the player, which is unfortunate. Looks like it was by a connection issue. So that means Team 1 de facto is now in the lead at probably one of the earliest I've ever seen it at 2.5, 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, whatever. 3 minutes on the clock. Team 1 is at 5 plays left. Team 2 is at 4 with Dead Six getting a second base. Now this super early in the game might be beneficial for Team 2's Dead Six just because he gets a huge influx of eco immediately, almost doubling anything that Team 1 is producing at this point. And then we have a lot of communications in the chat talking about the play it, not play it, just redo it, that sort of thing. So it looks like players are going to decide to continue playing. We do see, in terms of additional mexes on the map, we'll take a look at Team 2 side of the map. I also added them to the mini-map just because it is a snow white map, and it's the light, glow in the dark green, lightish green color, and it's very hard to see. I wish they would just invert the mex color on maps like this, just like they do with the GC laser, so that way you can see them a lot easier without having to do the mini-map thing. But anyways, there's a quad mex position here and a tri-mex here. There's also a quad mex position that we saw Dorset grabbing at the beginning, and then we have another quad mex here, and then we have another quad mex here, then we have another quad mex. No, that's where he died. Never mind. That is not another. I guess technically for him it is, but not really. And then we have another... hold on, there's... Yeah, no, it looks like that is a quad mex position. That actually, because that's where he spawned in, so... Anyway. Oh, so... that's Team 1 side of the map. Some mixes in the map and whatnot, but that's pretty much most of the expansion. And then in terms of the reclaim on the map, currently sitting at 37,000. Dang, that's for 9 players. Because I'm not, I guess I could say 10 is 3.7k, but for 9, that's 4k mass per player. So definitely worth going out in the middle of the map and scrounging around. But there is some safety reclaim, not a lot, but there is some. In terms of the calm movements around the map, we do see it's a 1v1 between Team 1's Ruling and Team 2's Master of Seasons. Here in the more middle-ish, it's Twitchy versus Mevin. And it's going to be Dead Six versus Randy Savage. And we do see some forces from Zelda Fanboy already over here. Looks like he is moving to that eastern side of the map. I feel like for Dead Six, he might as well try to just lock off this right here, because he gets a Trimax out of it and just let everything else go. It might be a pressure point for Team 1 to try to push in. So getting a front line established and held hard might be the way to do it, and maybe just build up in the background. Spam up T2, T3 very quickly, maybe air and ground, and just either push a different vein, either this way, or even try to sneak some forces back this way, or even just give stuff over to somebody and have them push on their lanes. But I feel like just because they're down a player immediately, he might side with the being a little bit more standoffish and just kind of go more longer range aspect. But we'll see. We'll see what he ends up doing. Speaking of Dead Six, we do see first calm on cam action will occur between him and Randy Savage. There's the shots. Range is almost done on board the calm. Yeah, he's getting close. He does have speed already on board, so he's working on that Aeon Sniper Commander. And he's going for range immediately. Probably a smart move to start falling back. He doesn't want to get swarmed by Team 1. We do see forces inbound from Dead Six are pushing in. We do see Randy sees those and is starting to fall back. So maybe he could have actually just stayed there and built that advanced range upgrade, but decided on safety, which is, I think, especially early on, especially with already being down a player, definitely a smart move. I will note that Team 1's player of the Liberator hasn't left his main base, but Team 2's regular set player of Dorset is leaving his main base. T2 Air also online, going for T3 now for him. T2 Air is done. Soon, probably T3, I would imagine, but no T2 P-Gens. Yeah, he ringed them with all Team 1, so he has to build them over there first. It's going to take him a little bit longer to get that operational. But it's 2v1 over here in the east, and it looks like maybe they're going to go after Randy Savage and make it a 4v4. Southwest, we do see Master dealing with a couple of units inbound from Twitchy, but he's engaging Ruling's commander. And we do see Twitchy going for an upgrade while Mevin is dealing with the harassment from him. And we do see forces inbound from the Liberator to assist from the northeast, and he has actually grabbed the northeastern corner, and then Ruling has grabbed the southwestern corner. So in terms of map control, Team 1 is in the lead already. But again, that it might encourage somebody on Team 2, specifically Dead Six, if he doesn't want to do a defensive operation and just draw a line in the sand and call it a day, he could just push northeast and grab that corner. So we'll see what he's up to later on. We do see Dorset moving into cover. We do see those forces going to get maybe floating on by. I will note there's a lot of ponds on this map. Some of them are accessible. Some of them are not. These 4 in the middle are not, in terms of from land to water, and then obviously water to land. But most of the ponds and bays and whatnot are accessible. Ones like these definitely going to be helpful for crossing big gaps in whatnot. It should, yeah, that's definitely land, so you can definitely pass that. It's just barely covering, so I don't think that would be deep enough to cause any units to not be able to travel on. Comms, it doesn't matter. We'd have to look at maybe a Striker or a Mantis or something to really get a good look at that. But it's Aurora versus Master of Seasons Cybran, so he'd probably send forces over there. I don't know. He's dealing with some intrusionary forces from Team 1's Ruling. Region error started for Randy Savage in the northeast middle area thing. There are forces that did break through from Team 1. That Cybran facility did not finish getting built. And it looks like he built stuff here and then walked and then went over there and then blew up, which is unfortunate. And it wasn't built by Dead Six because he's Aeon, and that's his facility over here to the a little bit to the west there. Do see Team 2's Mevin has a drone online and T2 in the middle of the map, so lots of engineering possibilities on that thing. going for clean cameras to start to push into the middle facility for Team 1 Zelda. Regionor is almost done. He probably will go for Nano or Gun would be the next one. He highly doubting he would go for advanced regen this early, and also without Nano on board. I feel like that'd be a missed opportunity. A couple more Aurora taken out by that bomber. Looks like there's no more AA in the area. Oh no, scratch that. There is one right there, back there. He's killed off actually a couple of units, to be fair. Killed off 5 of those bombers. Bomber does drop a payload on it. EMPs it for a second. Doesn't kill it. And that bomber might get a 6th kill. Oh, there it is. He does get it. And that guy's been a little bit annoying with Team 2. We do see a couple of interceptors. Maybe going to create a path for some transports to that side of the map. We do see Dead 6 is moving into the pond just to protect himself, I would imagine. Already has some parashields and blazes online to act as a nice little front line. Gun started for Randy, and lots of units being dropped off. Looks like it's injuries, but there's a ton of Thams and Selens. And is there much Zooey here? Not really. You always have to have Zooey with a Seraphim army. But Team 1 doing a very good job of just pushing in on that western front. Ruling doing a very good job of getting into Master of Season stuff. We do see a T2 gunship is online for him. A couple of interceptors deal with that. We do see hives being built to just rapidly produce stuff. And T2 Mex is going to go down. Looks like a couple more forces. More of them are inbound. We do see a Wagner inbounds. That should be enough, maybe. Com has dealt with most of the invaders now. And Willing is just going to continue to scoop up and build more mexes. Gun done for Randy, going for Nano. And then in the background, Team 1 has T3 Air. Team 2 has T3 Air. T3 Land is online. T3 Land soon for Cybran for Dead 6. T2 Air and T2 Land on Team 2's Master of Season. So no secondary air player for Team 2. Maybe Master, but highly doubt it. There is a secondary air player for Team 1 in Zelda Fanboy. So a little bit more air for Team 1, a little bit more ground for Team 2. Sensor package started here for Dead 6, trading out that speed upgrade, especially with Harbingers now starting to run around for him. He's able to reclaim on the go as well as just really rip apart those Team 1 units pretty quickly. Advanced range almost done on Ruling. He has speed on board, so he's going for Ingon Sniper Commander, probably shield right afterwards, I would imagine. But we shall see. Yep, there it is. Immediate. Oh, nope, and cancels it. So he thought about it, went, I probably should fall back. And honestly, it's a lot of T1 Strikers and Lobos, so I don't imagine that that would have been too much of a problem. He does have some parashields. He has some Obsidians inbound. He probably could have stuck with it, and then the shield would have been able to help him just recover the loss in hit points for a little bit. But he probably could have just sat there, kind of like what we saw in the East for Dead 6, but it's a little bit better to err on the side of caution rather than go for the upgrade and maybe not survive. T2 started for both of these comms in the East for Dorset and Dead 6. Lots and lots of Team 1 units and a couple of Ilshis mixed in there from Team 1's Randy. Love to see that. He does have the Aeon, not Aeon, but the Seraphim initial package for annoyance in terms of hit point comm. He has the gun, he has the nano, and he has the regen. No advanced in either of the two last ones I just mentioned. The Liberator T3 PGen online. It is shielded already. Love to see that. And then we see a little bit more air grid forming here in the northeast as well. Probably this facility will get reclaimed at some point, but I wouldn't imagine that land facility would stay there much longer. Maybe for just Team 1 engineers, but you can always just build that over here or whatever, just out of the way of the air grid. In the east, that force is starting to get closer and closer. And Randy has 86 hit points on board in terms of per second. He has 15,400 total, and he's at 1 star, almost at 2-star vet on board that comm. In the middle of the map, it's kind of been more fire-based wars between really Twitchy and Team 2's Mevin, with Zelda also starting to shoot at Mevin. It's 2 artillery versus 2. We have more artillery being built, some Gunthers versus Clean Cameras, and we do have... Is that a missile or is that T2 artillery? Look like a missile. That's definitely a missile. In the east, we do see Randy pushing in lots of T1 spam. A couple of Ilshis mixed in there as well. There's a lot of stuff here. Dead 6 is forced to fall back and just deal with this. We do see a couple of Harbingers mixed in there. They are going to start thinning out those units. But there are some Yenzine also mixed in there, so there are T2 units to contend with. There's a lot of spam inbound, but they are lining up, so might not be the best thing for Team 1's Randy. He might just have to just full send it. Doesn't have any T3 units, and he's starting to get out of range of those Ilshis with his regen, so he needs to keep those really tight to the chest. Because 15 a second isn't bad, but 0 a second is worse. Dead 6 is inbound, providing some intelligence for Team 2 to see what's going on constantly. Eco is heavily in Team 1's direction, about 200 mass in favor, which is a lot, and that's again mostly driven by APM because Team 1 has 5 players left and Team 2 has 4. We do see most of those units have now been dealt with. We do see not many Team 2 units, a couple of more Ilshis here. We have some pillars dealing with the remainder as well as the Harbingers. Those Harbingers have gotten a lot of kills. 11 on that one, 15 on that one, 12 on that one, 12 on that one. They've been very well for themselves in terms of kills and getting veterancy and all that. Randy does have a couple of flak units, a couple of missile launchers, and more Ilshis nearby, but there's not really a lot nearby for him. We do see Dead 6 going back for a range upgrade, probably wishing he didn't sub it out, but hey, you don't know that until stuff happens. We do see the shield trying to be held. The Team 1 has a T3 shield, and it's 85. It's also been upgraded because it starts at 84, so we'll love to see that. It's going to be very hard for Team 2 to really punch through, and he even knows it and goes, I can't stay here much longer, especially with forces inbound this way. We even have Ruling grouping up, and that's 2 forces from Team 1 moving in to assist and wipe out all of these facilities for Team 2's Mevin. Not looking good for Team 2 as of round. They're getting punched in this way. They're getting pushed back this way. They're getting boxed out of the middle, and it's just not going well in any avenue. And Team 2 operating at pretty much about 25% of the map. Not going well in any right, even eco-wise, map-wise. I will say, though, Team 2 does have a little bit more ASF presence than Team 1, so there is that they might be able to assist with. We do see Renegade just being flacked out of the sky by Team 1's Ruling. We do see the comm of Mevin. Not really an offensive comm, mainly just the engineering one. I do like the little drones that sit on his shoulders, though. They look pretty cute. A couple of Percys, a couple of Parashields, a couple of Cougars. I like the mix of units here. AA, direct weapon systems with indirect weapon systems with a spearhead. It's a lovely mix of everything that the UEF have to offer. No Titans, but honestly, if you're going for a force like this, you don't really need Titans if you want to be, again, more standoffish with it, especially with the Cougars and the Parashields protecting the Percys and the missile launcher. Shield all now done for Dead 6. He went straight for advanced range, so he's going to use his intelligence gathering capabilities and push back against Team 1. We do see Dorset's over here, Gun, T2, and Nano. Randy's at Gun, Nano, and Regionor at almost 4-star vet. So almost 40% more hit points on board for that commander. Run by kind of happening. There was a pillar or two mixed in there, but there's now a Monkey Lord online. Master's been really spamming build that, and he actually built that before 20 minutes, so he's been really budgeting with that Monkey Lord. So nice grab there. Doesn't really have a lot of T3 units online. This will definitely help a little bit. Again, Team 1's aware of it. He probably would have loved to have kept that under wraps, but to deal with the remainder of invading forces and now push in. Ruling is falling back. We have Team 1's Twitchy Mofo now starting to fall back. The remainder of the firebase for Team 2 is gone from Mevin. And the main force is up here to the north, and Mevin not looking too great. He's being shot at by Obsidians. They're not known for damage. They're known for hit points. But the Monkey Wood is inbound, and it's kind of catch up. At least cut off the T3 unit, the Harbinger. But Mevin's about 50% hit points and falling. He's at no star vets. There is I thought there's just a buzzkill sitting here. T2 PD is going to get denied incredibly quickly. And this base for Mevin not looking good. T2 land headquarters, either heat control keyed that or it was sniped. I think it was sniped, I would imagine, by Team 1. And that's all gone. Monkey is going to get some veterancy, though. Probably get up to 1 stars at this point. T2 PD being built by Dorset to assist. And this base for Mevin is pretty much dead and gone. And again, that's not helping the eco disparity. It's I think it's about 300 at this point in favor. Dead 6 pushing in. We have Dorset subbing out because he's at half HP. Half HP for him is at 10,000 at 3-star vet, so half is still a decent amount, but it's not great. Monkey Lord decides to push in and deal with the invading or continuing invading forces for Team 1. Looks like the PD and the gunships pretty much have this handled at this point. Lots of ASF starting to flutter around. We have lots and lots of Harmingers, and now Bricks moving in. Dead Six getting shot at by a ton of missiles. It's just the standard shielding, and again, overcharging. It's the regen really killing them at this point. Dead Six dropping hit points. Oh, there's now a Harbinger here. Not Harbinger, Otham there. There's the overcharge, kills off the Otham. Harbinger's starting to push in. Again, the regen is keeping the units online a little bit longer. Overcharge kills off that. Looks like that one actually took a shot for that Yoshi there. Monkey Lord's going to push in. We saw Twitchy just went, nope, not dealing with the Monkey Lord, especially this early. So that's going to be a nice little buffer. But Team 1 sending more units inbound, more Harbingers and Bouncers and whatnot, and an Absolver. Love that. Percy's are inbound, and it looks like they don't submerge. Just not even much. So I would imagine you could probably get a pillar, for example, down that route. It would need to be looked at more. But Randy now standing front-facing of that Harbinger force. Lots of engineers scooping up reclaim as they go. Dorset and Dead Six focusing fire on Randy Savage's comm. Again, Nano on the comm, keeping him alive. 110 hit points a second at a total of 21,000. Dorset's at 21,700. That's at 4-star vet. Again, that's the T2 engineering suite coming into play. And now Dead Six is like, I'm getting out of that Seraphim Fest. He's getting focused down a lot. His shield, it's going to probably save him, and the 5-star vet will save him. He's losing hit points pretty quickly, though. His shield is now almost back online, and Master of Seasons builds another monkey, I would imagine. And, yep, there it is, back online. And now we have Randy Savage's comm pretty much not necessarily on his own just yet. We have forces inbound now from the Liberator. Overcharge kills off the Asylum. We have a little bit of ASF engagement over top. Looks like definitely in favor of Team 2, especially with that first volley from Team 1. But we do see a hole for Team 1 to exploit again. There's a Monkey Lord. It's going to be sent northward. That first Monkey Lord continues to harass Team 2. And switching over to Randy's comm, that's a lot of reclaim. Gunships just get eviscerated. The lightning tanks are really just going to drive those ASFs and everything else away. But the Monkey Lord, 2-star vet, doing very well for itself. Monkey Lord not helping. I guess we have Mevin trying to just get back online in some degree, but he's going to be knocked out of the fight again for a while. So realistically, it is a 5v3 because he's still in the game, but I mean, he's on 9 mass a second, and with players at 200 plus, he's not going to be able to do a whole lot at this point. They're just staring at one another. Sniper bot still poking and prodding at Dead Six's comm. We have Dorset at 6,000 and climbing pretty quickly, 110 hit points a second at 23,000. Dead Six is actually at more hit points because of the shielding. Monkey Lord to the west, carving everything up on the western front, and Monkey Lord over here in the middle covering for Team 2's western flank. Definitely need to, just create a huge wall of the everything over there, and then maybe even do a double layer. You put one here, and then the forces from Team 1 continue to push, and then they hit the other layer. And then Monkey Lord gets some veterancy here, almost up to 1 star. So he has 2 Monkey Lords running around, and he has a nuke. This man chose violence immediately. He knew that his team was down a player pretty much at the onset of the game and went, I'm just gonna build some big items and then call it a day. Some of the sniper bots came out of their housings, out of their shielding bubbles, and decided that was probably not a good idea. Chickens inbound from Dorset. That's not going to be enough from Team 1 to stop that. Monkey Lord now at 4-star vet, 46,000 mass killed, still carving up T2 mexes, and it's still about a 400 mass lead for Team 1. It's not looking good still in terms of eco, but Team 2 is fighting back tooth and nail. They're not giving up. Nuke is being decently assisted. There's also Hive, so it's really hard to tell exactly how much. Team 1, this is what they know on Team 2. No Nuke is known. Team 2, this is one that they know about Team 1. Not a lot of scouting. There is an Omni online by the looks of it, but definitely want to be targeting the 2 air grids, as well as targeting anything of more vital importance like T3 mexes here for probably Randy because he's been the most annoying at this point, especially on the Eastern Front. Ruling as well on the Western Front, but he just took a huge pay cut with all of those Monkey Lords desiring all of those bananas, and he just had to lose all of those mexes to pay off the Monkey Lord debts, essentially. Another T2 mex is going down. That's a lot of PD. I mean, it's nice. It kind of cuts off an avenue for Team 2 to utilize, but honestly, Oh, Randy Savage is defeated by Dorset's Chicken. He just kept chasing after him. I thought he would get out of there maybe, but I guess not. Team 1 loses their first player at 25 minutes. And that Chicken is losing hit points pretty quickly. Otham's really giving him what for. Sniperbot's also shooting at him as well. But the Chicken's going to make sure that at least most of those forces will die. We do have Twitchy taking over for Randy Savage's old base. And that Monkey Lord's being heavily assisted in the air. Another Monkey Lord over here. That's at 1-star vet in the yellow. This one's in the green. And this little base of an Omni and a bunch of PD, I mean, hey, it's something. There's not a lot of AA. So I feel like maybe a couple of strats could just run over. They would probably get shot down at some point, but it is a annoying base to say the least. There is a GC, 99,999 hit points versus a Monkey Lord at 67, excuse me. Monkey Lord probably needs the assistance of its secondary one, but it's going for that middle base there. And that Monkey Lord is dead and gone, but it paid for itself and then some. Probably should have just pulled that thing back, but hey, it's still driving Team 1 nuts over there on that Western Front. Anyways, GC online in the east, and Monkey Lord continuing to wreak some havoc in the middle. Team 1 at 1.6, Team 2 at 1.2. Nuke, how we looking? It's getting close. Mass FAF farms being built for Master. How is Mevins doing? He's at 36 mass a second, producing some stingers and repairing his comm. And we have a Chicken moving in to secure his mexes there. UCGC is pushing in northeast, but there's a lot of sniper bots and harbingers being built out of this facility. Looks like that's Team 2's goal, is just to eliminate that annoyance. Monkey Lord's still causing some annoyances for these bricks and everything else. It's being tickled to death, or trying to be at least. I don't think it's going to be that successful. There's a lot of artillery that just can't fire because it's too close. We have Othams inbound, some of the ones that probably killed off the Chicken from Team 2's Dorset. He's losing hit points decently quickly. Those shielding are annoying to chew through. 10,000 per. It's more than 3 parashields, essentially. Probably might have wanted to pull that back, but does it get crash damage on the mechs? It does not get crash damage on the mechs. Almost kills off the other Otham there. But Team 2, they are starting to catch up. 1.3, and especially with now the northeastern side being evicted. I hear Strat Bomber. Where is it? I get paranoid when I hear those things. Oh, look. Remember that thing I talked about where we're sending some Strat Bombers at this thing? That was just a random comment I made. I didn't even watch the match. I just know that, oh, I just send a couple of strats, and they are being shot down. You needed probably 2 more at a time to really, blitz down the shield. And with the AA, ASFs came in to clean them up, but the AA took care of it. So maybe just a couple more next time. Yeah, 5 would get you down to 3,000, and then the second pass, if let's say 1 of them, maybe 2 of them die, you're still left with 3. So the first one hits, the second one hits, the shield is down, the third one comes in and wipes out at least the shielding and the Omni, and then you're left with just the PD to deal with at some point. 1 Lonely Restorer is now dead, and this northeastern side is being vacated as we speak. Team 1, they've lost this southwestern side, and now the northeastern side. Team 2 hasn't even gone over there to even to reclaim or try to rebuild or build at all. But with a nuke inbound, Team 1 is in for a rude awakening. SMD not loaded, but is built. SMD is not anywhere here, and no SMDs for the northern side as well. So definitely SMD is going to be built here very soon. How close is that other nuke? It's not being assisted loading at this point. It's just going to be the first nuke. It is going to wipe out some T3 mexes, so there is that. Ooh, will it get some ASFs? No, it won't. Okay, they see it. And right on top of those T3 mexes, well, might wipe out that mex. There's a lot of facilities here, and there's an SMD that was being built, but kaboom! Nope. That's a nope on that front. Team 2's 54,000. That's worth it for sure. We have a couple of forces inbound from Team 1 just taking a rest, waiting for the force from Twitchy to assist. There's 2 chickens now, so I think waiting might not serve Team 1's purposes. Another GC is about to finish, and there's a Monkey Lord as well, so we have 3 experimentals for Team 2. We have 2 for Team 1, and a 4th one on the way. Kind of surprised they're not building anything in the corners of the map yet. And chicken opening fire, trying to protect the mexes from Mevin. Mevin's getting hit just because he's the guy in the front. You know, that's really what Team 1 runs into immediately, so he's not doing well, but he's trying to stick with it. He's not quit yet, which I do appreciate the tenacity for that. At this point, might as well send the chicken in. It's dropped to almost 25% hit points. There's bricks inbound. There's now the Otham and another chicken inbound from Team 1. Might as well, that way the Ion Storm doesn't. I noticed with a lot of players, doesn't matter really who it is, they always move the chicken just a little too late. Gunship's trying to help out. They are helping out a little bit, but they just get chewed up. The chicken does stop moving. It's within range, so there's that. Monkey Lord's going to try to go around and engage the Monkey Lord from its left flank, our right viewing flank. And it's still chewing through a lot of those Percies and other Othams and whatnot. So doing pretty well for itself. 9,000 mass kill. It's at 12 kills now for that Ion Storm. So did a decent job. The chicken will probably die. The Monkey Lord will probably die. Oh, it grabs the chicken just barely, I think. Maybe the Harbingers got it. But Team 1 lost 2 experimentals. Team 2 lost 3. But to be fair, it's on Team 2's side of the map. So even though they lost more experimentals in terms of numbers, the reclaim's going to be on Team 2's side of the map, which makes me think they're going to put it towards something else. And in terms of mass, Team 1's at 1.7 and Team 2's at 1.5. They are catching up pretty quickly. That nuke is pretty close to being reloaded once again. SMD not loaded in time. SMD newly minted, not loaded in time. SMD is loaded, and SMD is not loaded. SMD is not loaded. So maybe fire it this way. Try to avoid this SMD. Where is it? Right there. And just go after the air group. We do see a GC's inbound, so maybe not even needed. There are Optims moving in to intercept, so no idea. But it is a good use of the vacuum arm, scooping up the shielding and having the laser not hit the shielding. But when you do grab it, it does create a bubble around itself. It's like a bubble shield from Halo 3, except you take them instead of dropping them yourself. And it's not a... It's an infinite amount of damage you can block as long as it's not inside, because the emitter gets destroyed pretty easily. GC gets not even close, so yeah, probably drop the nuke. SMD, like I said, isn't going to be loaded in time. And not even close, baby. Well, please see the message and then just nuke them. That'd be a nice little comeback there. But GC is inbound, kills off the Megalith. GC is inbound from the north. It's just got to carve whatever it can out of Master of Seasons. If it turns in any... Oh, and it does anyways. Never mind. Well, let's just add it to the reclaim field. Team 2 is already on the job of scooping it up. GC is dead. Bricks helping to exterminate the Harbingers. We have a couple of sniper bots and Absolva shooting at them. Is the nuke going to fire immediately? No. Not going to fire immediately. I think that's a little bit unfortunate. Artillery is... close to 50-ish%. That SMD, the longer Team 2 waits, the closer it gets to loading. And Team 1, we have SMDs pretty much everywhere else at this point. Novak's online second and just all of them. So that is a UEF player doing UEF things for Team 1. Still no launch yet. Has there been scouting much for Team 2? They don't know where this is. They do know what that is. So they think maybe it's already loaded. We know it's not loaded, but they don't, is the thing. 32 minutes on the clock. Team 1 and Team 2 have both lost a player. Team 2, Ionic Bond super early in the match due to a connection issue. Team 1 lost their comm of Randy Savage to Team 2's dead... I think it was Dorset's chicken. Yep, there it is. I was wondering when someone would make a comment about it. And at 33 minutes on the mark, Team 1, 2,000 mass. Team 2 has actually started to pull away. They've caught up and now started to gain the lead on Never mind. Maybe it's reclaim related with all the stuff right here. But they're getting pretty close. So I'd say a little bit in favor for Team 1 at this point, but reclaim definitely in favor. Oh, yeah. I have Team 2. Map control still in favor for Team 1. There's nothing really concrete over here for Team 2, and they're rebuilding over here for Team 1. So realistically, it's map control in favor for Team 1. But let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game. Of course, if you haven't, because why not at this point? Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it as we watch this satellite start to poke and prod at the shielding for Team 2's Master of Seasons. Him and Mevin have been hit severely hard by Team 1. You know, this eastern side, there was some pushing in from Randy. That was a terrible arrow. A little bit of pushing in, but Team 2 went nope and pushed right back. He went absolutely not. GC's getting close, and he's going to kill off the fatty before the GC dies. Holding dual Percy's in its hand. There is a Monkey Lord inbound. There's a satellite moving in, just casually flying over top. Satellite still focusing on the shielding. It looks like reclaiming this mass fab. No idea what that's about. Oh, yeah, still reclaiming that mass fab for whatever reason. Is that protected enough? I think, yeah, it is. There's a little bit of exposure. Still no nuke launch, which means that SMD is probably loaded. Yup. And yup. So, unfortunate, but like I said, there was probably no way Team 2 could have known that it was not loaded, especially if they maybe saw it earlier and then Team 1 just spam load it kind of thing. They would just make that assumption, because I think most would make that assumption. It's better just maybe save it, kill off the SMD, and then fire it guaranteed than rather take the risk. Sometimes the risk is warranted, but sometimes it's just better to have it just in case something else happens. Like this group of forces inbound from Team 1. There's Monkey Lord, a bunch of engineers for reclaim purposes, lots of forces from ruling. You could try to nuke that. GC's inbound as well. Oh, Dorset's air grid. It's getting cut in half. T3 air headquarters is dead. Oh, it's right there. It was staring at me in the face. I was trying to figure out where it went. But the shielding is falling. Dorset trying to keep it alive, but not going to happen. We see a lot of circling from Team 1's Randy, like, target the shielding. And it's being upgraded as well. T2 shielding. Oh, nope. Denied for Team 2's Dorset. That is unfortunate. He has an ARAS now on board to just really try to help out that eco. And speaking of eco, Team 1 is starting to skyrocket once again in eco. It's 2.4, 2.5, 2.4. I was going to say, it's definitely not 2.6. They don't have a magical... They don't have a magical paragon anywhere. I keep tripping over my words. You talk too fast, I think, for my brain to... My brain talks too fast for my mouth to catch up. Monkey Lord is going to be killed off by the crab. Chickens are just going to bulldoze all these harbingers. So not really that much more force coming out of Team 1 on land. It's mainly on the longer range. There's a lot of unshielded things. Lots of unshielded things. Power fluctuations, that's not helpful. We have 4 Novaxes for Team 1. 5th one working on now. What's up here? Ooh, artillery for Team 1's the Liberator. Look at that. And looks like that's really about it. Just all experimentals and T3 production for the most part. Strat Bomber's starting to run around. Hey, he did go for more of them. That Omni Station's still there. He needs... So technically it has 18,000, which would only take 6 Strat Bombers. The unfortunate thing is it does... Oh, if it does the damage fast enough, it won't start regenning. But shielding, they start to regen a little bit after damage, so they'd have to go in super quick one after the other. Forget your satellites. Looks like the T3 landed quarters is being targeted by the artillery installation. Or you could try to go after the... Ooh! The engineer's producing a fat boy. Either that was intentional or not. Still good. We have Optimus pushing on the eastern side. 3 GCs. That's not going to help by any means for Team 1. We have 2 chickens being slowly shot at by Team 1. Snipers and everything else. GC's just waiting to be given the order. And... yeah, maybe artillery piece here. Maybe he's just trying to fake Team 1 out. We have Nuke here, 2nd loaded, and artillery is done. Yeah, Dorset's like, those are annoying. And I get it. I get the stats are annoying. I find them to be very useful, but when they're mass-produced, not a huge fan. Technically, to be fair, my highest viewed video on the channel is just a screenshot of a bunch of satellites, and how many satellites can one person have is the thumbnail text. And technically, it was on Satan's Clutch, I think was the map that was around at that time. So maybe that helped the algorithm a little bit. But man, that was like it's still getting views today, which is insane. But another nuke is inbound, and it's a good thing because they're going to lose the second one that they had waiting. Oh, does he load it? Does he fire it? Does he fire it? No, it has to reset, right? Yeah, it has to reset, and there it went. And the artillery is almost gone. Yeah, 5 satellites over top is a tall order to deal with, and nuke is inbound. Did the SMD? The SMD got killed off. Oh, no. So he only has to deal with... Oh, it might get grabbed. No, that's where you like overlapping coverages of Novax's, and here comes the nuke, the Martyrdom nuke, right on top of the shielding. Boom! Oh, that is dead. All of the satellites fall out. It's got a T3 artillery. Is still dead, unfortunately, or it did die, unfortunately. But now a little bit more reclaim from all of those satellites. Ooh, that was... He needed 20 more seconds to maybe save the artillery. But nice martyrdom there from Master of Seasons. Nice nuke. I can't even see how much mass that killed off, but it was probably up to 80 to 90. 5 satellites plus a mech plus a bunch of PGens and shielding and whatnot. It headshotted that shielding 100%. Looks like just engineers scooping up stuff from Team 1. We have 3 GCs punching a hole right through that little cavity that I mentioned earlier. And stomping on some wall sections, maybe? Yep. More wall sections for you. Let's see what else is going on. How's that artillery for Team 1? It's almost half done. Surprised no game ender talks yet for Team 1 or Team 2. Satellite restart, because why not? Looks like Twitch, you definitely need some more power. He's doing fine, but yeah, he definitely needs a little bit more power to really spam build those things. We have 3 GCs getting sandwiched between 2 armies. That's a lot of Optims and Percys, though. That's, yeah, probably not the best. Some of those lasers aren't even firing, to be honest. They're just vacuuming arm up and stomping on them, which not the most DPS per second, to be honest. Yeah, don't know why they're not firing, though. That strikes me as a little odd. Artillery hits one of them. Percy just got... Oh, he's in the air! Oh, the Percy's in the air! Look at that! That's cool. You can see the reclaim actually does show it below it, but that is hilarious. It just got stuck up there. Oh, there's a crash damage waiting. That GC's going to die. Oh, that Megalith is going to get close to 2-star vet. Probably. Still, that's hopefully that stays to the end of the game, because that is hilarious. Oh, somebody make a comment about it. Probably not, because they're so focused on other things. Oh, look, another artillery is online for Team 2. Where is it? Oh, look, it's Master of Seasons. He just built it on top of the old one. Hey, it built a nuke. It's right there still. Build the nuke. T3 artillery started for Mevin. He's actually almost half done with it. Actually, he's over half done with his. He still has Team 1 mexes, but, you know, he's at 120-something mass a second. He's going mass FAF farm spam, so I don't blame him, considering this area gets hit a ton. It's semi-not worth it to constantly invest, unless Team 2 can create a buffer, which they are starting to do now. We have 2 megas and 2 chickens. We have 1 mega and 1 GC. All 3 GCs are dead. That's a little reclaim field for Team 1 to scoop up. Currently on the map, it sits at over 300,000 mass, and most of it is still on Team 2. Side of the map about 200, so about 2/3. You know, lots of reclaim up here with all these dead Othams, and I think there's some Percys mixed in there and whatnot. That one doesn't even look dead. Nah, it kind of does, but not as much. Not as much as the Othams. It still has that kind of blue hue to it, rather than it being more of a darker color, like all the wrecks and whatnot. Oh, Megalith is still in range. Whalers are moving in. We have, 1 GC is going to get Ion to death, maybe. And second chicken's going to get killed here shortly, but it's in the base. That's the big thing, is it's in the base with the Ion Storm. And pinging going on. Looks like an air fight possibly going to happen. 42 minutes on the clock. Team 1 has a huge Air Force now. Monkey Lord is dead. Crab, there it goes. Killed off finally. And Ion Storm kind of keeping back the reinforcements from Team 1's Twitchy Mofo. There's a little bit of AA, not a lot. Team 2's ASF, again, to be fair, their air grid got chopped in half, and it really isn't expansive as Team... I saw the Scathis. I'll deal with it in a second. But I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I went, that's a thing. I will address that in a minute. But there's the Airwind, Team 1's Liberator, and Zelda probably at 169. Nice. Plus an additional 64. So 225. So I'd say that's they own air for the most part. You know, Team 2 has a small Air Force now, but not enough to really overcome the hurdle that Team 1 has. Oh, look, a new Novax is online, and another one soon to be online, and then, of course, more after that. Nuke is built by ruling. Artillery is done for the Liberator. Is that should be within range of everything, right? Oh, no, not in the southeastern corner, but not really anything is down there besides a couple of mass FAF farms. And they're the T1s at that, so not as mass intensive in terms of production per second. But yep, Dead 6 is producing a Scathis. 43 minutes on the clock. So that has made its appearance. Megaliths carving through the middle. That Megalith is almost dead, but still pushing back against Team 1. GC is just going to probably sit there and take the damage at this point. I don't know why it's not moving. You see a large group of Percys and Spearheads. That's a lot of Spearheads, to be honest. Lots of engineers just fighting over reclaim, and we have engineers scooping up engineers. This is entertaining. There's just an engineer war here. Don't shoot at them. Just let the engineers scoop up one another. It's more entertaining, I think. It's the unconventional ways of fighting that I find obviously more entertaining than the conventional ways, of course. And Megalith will... Oh, he's still alive, and he gets veterancy too. Oh, that was close. ACU pointed out by Team 2's Dorset. We have... Is the Scathis done? What is firing at them? Oh my! We have 3 artillery pieces online. Oh, we have 4 artillery pieces online. That's why I thought it was a Scathis. I was like, there's no way he built that quick. No, there's just 4 artillery pieces ravaging this base. And SMD is down, so if Team 2 had a nuke, that'd be a nice little target. SMD was rebuilt. And we have GC engaging chicken with some Harbinger support. Whalers and Optim supporting the chicken. The chicken getting its brother built right next to it. And GC does die. Harbingers probably will not be enough. And the bricks as well will probably not be enough. 7,000, 6,000, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, it does die. Right on top of where the chickens are being built. So that's not a great spot. Oh, look. The Novaxes are probably being targeted again, I would imagine. Nope. Targeting this base for the Liberator. That's a shield predicting a bunch of other shielding is what that is. It's holding. Not looking good though, but it's holding. And that does not look like Scathis. Are there 5 shooting at Team 1 simultaneously? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't see the 5th one, so it has to be 4. But it looks like 5 for whatever reason. And it's not. They're switching which shield they're assisting. There's a nuke over here. Is it loaded? It is not. Oh, there it is. Paragon has been spotted. By me, not Team 2, I'd imagine, at this point. That's probably what they would be firing at. Oh, no, they do see it. Oh, there it is. And it's pinned by Mevin. Nice grab there. But the shielding around the Liberator is not doing well. It's pretty much all gone. Man, that looks like Scathis fire. Just because of how many shots are inbound. And that actually a decently tight spot, too. Liberator takes some damage from the artillery. You got to back up. You just got to get it out. Definitely don't go to there because you'll blow up if you go there. Go this way. And you just got to get out of there. Team 2 at this point can just hang out and play artillery wars. Team 1 started the satellite. I don't know. Did Team 1's Twitchy start the satellite first, or was it the artillery from from Master of Seasons. Well, speaking of artillery and satellites and whatnot, artillery is getting shot at by the satellites. And Team 1 has their artillery as well, shooting at that same position. And that Paragon's being focused, so I don't think that's going to finish anytime soon. And how's the Scathus doing? It's 50% in climbing. It's actually more than that. Shielding being built to protect all the mass investments. That's where I'm surprised that Team 1 isn't targeting this. They're not targeting this. They're targeting this. I mean, Master of Seasons has been hit twice now by satellites and now artillery. And nobody really... I mean, to be fair, Dorset got hit. And, oh, there goes the Paragon going down. That's gone for Team 1. It was a lovely attempt, but just too much artillery fire. They really needed to build it just back here. Do they know about the artillery up here? They do know about the arty up there, though. But really, that's what I've been targeting, says Little Liberator. Probably talking about artillery? I have no idea what they're talking about. But Master of Seasons has been hit multiple times, and Team 1 has kind of been focused more on these Western players. The Eastern ones, I mean, Dorset did get hit, but just that one time. And Dead 6 has never been hit, realistically. We do see some gunships inbound, and they are restores, so not great air to ground, but some damage will be enough because they want to knock out the shielding at a bare minimum. There is AA being spammed up immediately by Master to counter them. Definitely would like to see some flak more mixed in there as well. There are some Cougars just holding station. They're falling southward. Satellites are starting to come down. We have ASFs from Team 2 to help just a little bit. Looks like Dead 6 has a couple of them online. Shielding pops back online. Oh, that was a hefty amount of ASFs that got hit by that artillery barrage. Oof. That's got to hurt. But the artillery is exposed. And we have Whalers inbound. Artillery hits. Doesn't impact anything on the ground, though, because shielding is on, off. And the flak and the Cougars and the whatnot chew that apart. We do see not that much getting hit by Mevin. Mevin reclaiming that secondary artillery, though. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's going to be 5. That one's going to be 6. That one actually is 5 because it's almost done. At this point, we have 4 T3 artillery installations plus a 5th Scathus. Not 5th being 5 Scathi, but just 5th artillery being the Scathus. 5 Scathi would be insane, though. I think the most of one experimental I've ever seen is Paragons. That's because one player that's all he did was build Paragons, and he gave one to each of the players. You can have a Paragon. You can have a Paragon. Everybody can have a Paragon. We have GCs inbound. And again, like I said, Master of Seasons is getting hit. And he will lose the artillery. Maybe. Most likely. There's PD shooting at those GCs constantly. We have 2 chickens. One of them actually didn't even die. That's, I think, kind of a missed opportunity because even at 1 HP, the chicken does 100% of its damage. And that's a GC down. That's a GC down. Maybe one of the artilleries dies. Maybe. But the Scathus is going to come online here shortly, so it's not going to matter. Drop Bomb is ripping that GC's hit points apart, though. They were waiting to go after that Omni. And no! Oh, the Pigeon's going to blow up. Oh, a little bit of friendly fire there from the chicken. Oh, kills off the artillery. It still keeps this other one, though. So there's that. Maybe. We'll see. Artillery from Team 2. Oh, the Scathus just starting to wipe out the air grid. Yeah, at that point, there's really not a whole lot. There's Restorers moving in on the northeastern side. We have Bricks running around. We have Bouncers running around. Yeah, it's not... I don't think it's going to go well at this point. Artillery bombarding this air grid from Ruling. Not Ruling, that's the Liberator. Second artillery installation started from the Liberator, though. But with the Scathus online, I mean, there's really not a whole lot that Team 1 has left to deal with this. And they are going to get through a little bit. But there's AA. Target the mass fabs. Target something. We have ASFs inbound. They are doing a pretty good job from Team 1 of trying to act as nice little buffers. Ooh. They got hit by the Scathus, though. And Restorers go in for the kill, but again, even that, the Liberator gets killed off by Dead 6's units. Looks like I got killed off by Percy's. 50 minutes on the clock. Restorers are dead and gone. The Team 2 now, the first time in the game in the lead. The 4v3 in favor of Team 2. Restorers are dead. That's pretty much the main issue. We have ruling over here in the water. We have a chicken assault from Team 1 with chicken defense from Team 2. Ion Storm kills off chicken, which will fuel more ion storms. We have artillery being targeted by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 artillery pieces, including 1 Scathus. Yeah, good luck with that. You're just heavily assisting the shielding. I mean, you can, but that's going to be just assisting constantly. You're not going to build another artillery installation with that. Team 1's Zelda Fanboy Control Ks. That leaves just Ruling and Twitchy. Circling going down on Team 1. Looks like Randy's making comments about stuff. And another chicken dead. We have Megawitz targeting chickens. Team 2, I mean, now they're winning the eco game, obviously, but for a long while they were behind. Ruling's still alive. There's really not a whole lot left. I mean, this force isn't going to chew through, even if it gets to here and maybe takes out one of the artillery installations. You still have the Scathus. You still have all of the other experimentals. You have these 2 artillery. Is that a third one? Because you're building a third one, because why not? For Dorset. And there's another GC. There's so many kills for experimentals this game. Not for and on experimentals. Scathus still targeting that. Might as well target the air grid. Might as well target this. Wipe out all the power. Then there's no shield, and you don't have to worry about it at that point. And yeah, pretty much that's the only thing to be left is that 1 artillery installation. GC dies, killed up by Ion Storm and Megawith Fire. And like I said, there's not much left now. Artillery ripping apart Ruling's base. They go, ooh, the Pigeon got saved for a brief moment, but nope, it's gone now. I hear Strat Bombers firing payloads. Oh, look, the Omni's still there. Hey, look at that. It's survived almost the entire game. Well, ever since it was built at this point. Strat Bombers focusing on just blanketing fire, I guess. And just killing off production, killing off Nexus, killing off anything. Strat Bombers still doing some work, and that force has been forced to fall back. We have a bug online, second bug online for Twitchy. This base is gone. There's a little bit of power here. Actually, a little bit. Oh, look, there's a Paragon, and it's almost half done. Nice Paris is dead 6. Yeah, it's not going to last much longer. And there goes the... Oh, Paragon got direct impact, survived, and then got hit again. That's more power dead. I think Ruling, that might be the end of the match for him. Awasa Bomber online for Team 1. There's so much artillery raining in. So much. We have chickens to the northeast. It's not going to get anywhere there. We have 4 megawatts here, though, defending this western avenue. Yeah, look at that. Just absolute demolition. Really, they haven't gone after this or this, which is super surprising. Is that out of range, maybe? Is that why they're not focusing on it? The Scathus, that's definitely not out of range, but maybe some of the artillery, they're out of range? No, they're definitely not. No, they are within range, so that's not it. And... okay, now they're going after... oh, shielding's going down. Oh, artillery does get hit. The second one did get built, so there's that. But again, not really much left. Most of those engineers are not going to survive. Oh. Shield pops back online, and Team 1 recalls. GG's in the chat. Ruling Control Ks. Yeah, that's the game at that point. Once Team 1 lost, I mean, pretty much the gunships, they did help a little bit, kill off 1, but that really only delayed things. Oh, look at that. He built a Salvation because why not? But realistically, these 2 play a little bit less Dorset, but Dead 6 in particular kind of just got left alone mid to late to end game because Team 1 focused so much on this avenue right here. They didn't really go this route, or even they went this route like a brief moment. But that allowed Dead 6 to build up a whole bunch. Artillery. I mean, to be fair, Master of Seasons being focused down, had a nuke, launched a nuke, got a couple of nukes, landed on Team 1, built artillery, lost the artillery, then built 2 more artilleries because why not? And then we had Dorset build 3 by the end of the game, but Then we had Mevin, who was still in the game, to be fair, didn't leave, and he built an artillery and a little bit of a base. He kind of sandwiched himself in between Dorset and Master of Seasons, get a little bit of shielding overlap and whatnot. And look, he did get those mexes to T3. Look at that. But, I mean, the western half of Team 2 got kicked in the teeth consistently. And then Team 2 on the eastern half were like, we got hit a little bit. Dorset a little bit more. And the air, I mean, I feel like Team 1 could have utilized air a little bit more. But then, to be fair, it is, I'd say it's semi-easier to counter air just passively because you can just build a bunch of T3 or even T2, depending on what you're facing. T2 and T3 AA emplacements and maybe get some mobile units in there. Mobile units, get some units. That's really about it. So Team 1 had a strong start. They had an advantage with having a player ahead, but having that second base for Dead 6 really didn't come as much in handy as I thought it would. I thought it'd be something more like Master of Seasons where he builds the nuke and the artillery and the whatnot. He did build the Scathus, to be fair. He did build that, but not as much as I thought. So MVPs, honestly, the nuke that killed off 5 satellites was just chef's kiss. Just amazing. And I think that really set Team 2 down on the path because it was going to be satellite spam, I think, all day after Twitchy Mofo maybe killed off this base right here for Master of Seasons because then it was just going to be a lasering from, or sorry to say, a glassing from left to right. So I'd say definitely that hero nuke that killed off with the artillery, killing off that artillery, killing off the satellites. I think Master of Seasons gets MVP for me. Let me know down in the comments if I'm right or wrong. Thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Let me know down in the comments how I can improve. As always, doesn't matter if I'm doing, if I'm on 800, 900, 1,000 plus. I always want to improve. I always want to do better. So let me know. Because if I don't notice it, I probably won't change it for the most part. Because if you think you're doing your job well, then you would keep doing what you're doing. But then when your boss is like, hey, you do thing wrong, you need to do thing this way or do thing better. And you go, okay. And then you do better. You can't know how to improve unless sometimes people just show you or tell you. So let me know. Really appreciate it. I will see all of you in the next one.